Well, let's get some more analysis, and we can speak to the French city of Toulouse and speak to Barbara Menke, who's a communications officer at the Pompiers de l'Urgence Internationale. That's the International Fire Assistance Crew. You're also the author of 15 Years in the Heart of the Action. Thank you very much indeed for taking the time to talk to us. Just tell us about the sorts of, have you worked in any comparable situation to this one playing out in Turkey?
Well, we have deployed on several occasions after earthquake or other humanitarian or natural disasters. I mean, for instance, in 2018, we went to Indonesia. That was also a 7.8 magnitude earthquake. And before that, the years before that, we were in Ecuador, in Nepal. So we have faced similar situation, but of course, no two disasters are alike.
They're not, but there are some likely immediate needs, aren't they? What are the most likely immediate needs of people on the ground there in southeastern Turkey and northwestern Syria?
Well, immediate need, of course, is rescue if there are people still, under the rubble. So, of course, they need to come out. I mean, it's freezing cold. You mentioned that before. So the situation will be difficult. So first of all, we need to, get them out, and then they need assistance, all kinds of assistance. They may need water, they may need food, they will need shelter. So anything we can help them with, of course, we will.
It's a very dangerous operation, isn't it, for rescuers? Because not only could the buildings collapse on their own, but there could be aftershocks making those buildings, even more dangerous, and that could end up with, we could end up with an even higher death toll as a result.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, there are always risks. That's why we train all year round for such situation. We have a lot of equipment to make sure that we will not engage in a building if it's deemed dangerous for the rescuers, but also for those we aim to get out, of course.
What do you know about the scale of the aid that's going to be provided by this country to the people there in the worst affected areas?
Sorry, I didn't quite get that. Would you mind repeating the question?
Sorry, I was just asking, what do you know about what France is offering and French organisations are offering? What have you heard about what France is going to send to the earthquake zone?
Well, I mean, the civil security, of course, will send crews to help, and then there are all the NGOs. I'm probably more familiar with that particular scene. I mean, there are a lot of associations like ours in France willing to help. We are always very quick to respond as soon as the country basically requests international aid, because they have to make that request formally. Then we prepare to leave, and other associations will do exactly the same things. So I'm sure we will be a lot of us departing, some perhaps already today. We will be departing tomorrow, but tomorrow there's a strike in France, so this will make things complicated.
Yeah, indeed. Lots of flights cancelled tomorrow. But just tell us about your team and who's going from your side and what they'll be doing specifically.
All right, sure. So we have a search and rescue team, a USAR team, as we call it, basically 36 members with both professional and volunteer firefighters, male and female. They have all kinds of expertise, of course, search and rescue. We also have search dogs, 3 search dogs with us. We have rope rescue experts, also people to support us in terms of logistics, and of course a medical team for us and for the people we hope to be able to rescue when we're in Turkey. So as we arrive, we'll see where the priorities lie. I mean, we will deploy under the UN umbrella. So basically, we're part of the International Search and Rescue Advisory Group. So when we arrive in the country, all the efforts are coordinated, basically. So not every team goes off on their own and decide what they do. I mean, everything has to be very coordinated. So we make sure we deploy where and when we are needed to basically assist on some work sites.
Okay, so that of course means there's no unnecessary overlap and that you are actually helpful as opposed to a hindrance by not knowing the area itself. Is that the logic behind it?
That's absolutely the logic behind it. I mean, a few years back, when the earthquake happened in Nepal, it was a bit chaotic. A lot of teams arrived, and the efforts were probably not as coordinated as they should have been. So since then, of course, we've learned our lessons. So now when we arrive, we make sure every team has to check in, basically the authorities, but also the USAR coordination cell, which by the way, we may well support when we arrive, let them know how many members they have, do they have rescue dogs, what kind of equipment they have, and based on all that information, they will be dispatched to one work site or another to be able to assist teams that are already working there.
Okay, well, thank you so much. We wish you and your team all the very best with that incredible operation, a great source of support, no doubt, for the people in that terrible situation. Barbara Menke at the Pompiers de l'Urgence Internationale. Thank you again.